Office up for election this year is for U.S. Senate. Incumbent Republican Joni Ernst is being challenged by Democrat Theresa Greenfield. KCCI's Todd Magel is following the Ernst campaign for us tonight.
But we start with KCCI's Laura Terrell. She's with the Greenfield campaign at the Renaissance Savory Hotel in downtown Des Moines. Laura?
Yes, we are here for Greenfield's watch party. She's hoping for a victory tonight. It is unlike any watch party we have ever seen in an election. Obviously, no big crowd behind us, just the press allowed in this room. Masks are required. It's going to be a lot calmer than normal. Now, we did catch up with Theresa Greenfield a few hours ago. She was grabbing some coffee at the Mars Cafe, talking with voters. We also asked her about the latest Iowa poll that put her 4 points behind her opponent, Joni Ernst. We also asked her about Republican critics who say she hasn't gone to enough counties, she hasn't met enough voters, and she's only stayed in the Des Moines Metro. Here's what she had to say to that criticism.
Well, if 400 campaign events isn't enough, I got nothing to say to that. But we've been crisscrossing the state and we've been showing up everywhere. Here's the deal. Washington failed us in COVID. People are home. They're worried about their health. They're worried about their loved ones. They're worried about their businesses. And so we've reached out to them where they're at.
Now, we have been told by her campaign that Greenfield is at home with her family right now watching the numbers come in, but then she is going to come here to the hotel and watch in a different room before taking the podium behind us to talk once the polls close. I'm going to send it over to Todd Magel now, who is at her opponent's watch party, the Republican Party, downtown at the Marriott.
Thanks, Laura. You know, your folks are looking for a victory, so are the Republicans. No surprise, they're here on the second floor of the Marriott Hotel downtown. Most of the Republican candidates will be here tonight, hoping for a victory celebration. And upstairs, they're having what they're calling a war room here, so that's where all the Republicans are going to watch the returns. We have some video of one of those votes that they'll be watching for, Senator Joni Ernst. She voted in Red Oak in southwest Iowa just before lunchtime today. Now we're told she's heading back to Des Moines. She'll join up, as I mentioned, with her fellow Republicans to watch the returns coming in tonight here in downtown Des Moines. Ernst says, as you might guess, it has been a challenging campaign, mostly due to the pandemic, but she is confident that she will win a second term in the United States Senate.
Well, it's so very different because of COVID, we've had a number of restrictions. It's a little tougher to get around, but you know, we made that effort. It was just really important to connect with Iowans and look them in the eye and again, make that pitch on why I'm still the best person to represent Iowa in the United States Senate.
And if you want to take a look at the Republican Party Election Watch event, you can come down to the Marriott. It opens, doors open 7 o'clock tonight. However, they are requiring masks here in the hotel, so keep that in mind if you want to come down to keep an eye on things. We're live at the Marriott downtown. Todd Magel, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
All 4 of Iowa's congressional seats are also on the ballot today.
And we have crews covering all of those races. Let's start with District 3. That covers Polk County on into southwestern Iowa. Incumbent Democrat Cindy Axne is being challenged by the man she beat in 2018, former Republican Congressman David Young. Rhea is tracking this race for us.
Steve and Stacy, we caught up with Cindy Axne today here in Des Moines. She wrapped up her campaigning at Smoky Row in Des Moines by reminding Iowans to vote. Representative Axne spoke with lots of first-time voters and set up for a couple voters who needed a ride to their polling place. Voters tell KCCI they enjoyed speaking with Axne and that she was direct and open with her answers to their questions. We asked the Congresswoman her response to David Young touting his track record from his time in office.
That's a track record that didn't work for Iowans, and it's why people voted for me. He voted to dismantle the Affordable Care Act, which would take away coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. In 11 months, I was able to get through a biodiesel tax extender to give some certainty to our farmers. In 3 years, he let that languish under a full Republican House, Senate, and presidency. I'm out there to work.
Axne will host a virtual event tonight with supporters and volunteers from her campaign this evening. Well, KCCI was also there when Republican challenger David Young cast his vote this morning. He voted at the Van Meter American Legion, and Young held the seat for 2 terms before losing to Axne in 2018 with a close call, gaining support from 15 counties outside of Polk County. Young says he even lost his voice from all the rallies, phone calls, and events he's gone to recently.
People know my record, and spent 4 years, never missed a vote in the U.S. Congress. I've got an unparalleled work ethic. It's a matter of making sure that everybody is heard and then leading on those issues. And in the end as well, it just comes down to judgment.
Afterward, Young went to the Waveland Cafe in Boonville before meeting with volunteers, and then he'll be heading to the campaign headquarters at the Marriott.
Thank you, Rhea. Well, unlike the 3rd district, no incumbent is running in Iowa's 4th district, which covers northwest Iowa.
Republican Congressman Steve King lost the GOP primary in June, so Republican State Senator Randy Feenstra is taking on the man that King narrowly defeated in 2018. That's Democrat J.D. Scholten. Another congressional race is lacking an incumbent tonight as well.
Yeah, longtime Democratic Congressman Dave Loebsack announced last year that he wouldn't be running for re-election in the 2nd district. So in 2020, it's Democrat Rita Hart versus Republican Mariannette Miller Meeks. KCCI's Kayla James is watching both of these campaigns tonight.
And both have been on the move all day, stopping in different cities and towns for one final push. Now, neither women are strangers in that community. Rita Hart served as a state senator from 2013 to 2019. She was also part of the Democratic ticket in the 2018 Iowa gubernatorial race as a candidate for lieutenant governor. Mariannette Miller Meeks has been a member of the state senate since 2018. This is her 4th run for the seat against the rest of her against Congressman Loebsack, who spoke with us today about Hart. Miller Meeks tells us it's her own determination to push for the seat that resonates with voters.
That ability to fail and get back up and work again is the story of every person I meet. And they know that when they elect me to Congress, they're electing someone who will never give up on them.
When Rita came out of the box, she announced that she had 20 Republicans, some former office holders, who are supporting her. She knows how to work with both sides of the aisle.
And the 2nd congressional district includes Davenport, Iowa City, Pella, and Newton. We are in contact with both campaigns and will continue to keep you updated when we learn more about what their plans are for tonight. Live in Des Moines, Kayla James, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
In the 1st congressional district, Democrat Abby Finkenauer is running for re-election against Republican State Representative Ashley Hinson. Finkenauer has represented Northeast Iowa in Congress since 2019. She was elected in 2018. Hinson, a West Des Moines Valley graduate, has served as a member of the Iowa legislature since 2017.